I just realized I had my microphone muted that entire time. I feel dumb. Anyway, welcome to the Slide Job Motorsports Daytona 500. This is one of many. What is going on? I'm running into so many issues now with this. Come on. There we go. All right. So we just had qualifying. Sum up basically what I had said for the first 4 minutes of the stream, but I was muted. Just ran qualifying, super tight field. This is an unrestricted NASCAR event. They are using stock tunes. Go and pull up the schedule for you. So this is a 12 lap. This is a 12 race series. My brain is all over the place. 12 lap series running Daytona 500. Next week will be the Eagle Rock 250. Then the Nürburgring, 10 laps around the Nordschleife. Then an Indianapolis 350, Homestead 240. Back at Daytona. Heading over to Watkins Glen. Running some Homestead in the rain. Over to Sebring Short, Road America, then a full Indy 500, and then the Sunset 420. So we're going to go and get the grid set, get ready to rock and roll. Let's see what is going on here. See, Zodiac, Dubs better win me my 25 cents. Oh man, they're already betting on the race. I should also mention that I have stuff all over my monitors. I apologize. Let's see who we got in the YouTube chat. Doesn't look like anybody. Got 2 watching. Okay. 5 over at 5 over on Twitch. Let's take a look at this rivalries chat, see who's called out who. Let's keep an eye on this so I don't miss the start of the race. Let's see who we got some. Let's see who's calling out who. Looks like DMS Dan says me versus his XJ. Oh, I guess he's talking about his car. Ghost Reaper calling out Taze, so we'll be watching them. Lear Art and Deeds Speeman will be having a little teammate rivalry there. Let's see who we got. Looks like we're all readied up. Yeah, so Daytona 500. Pretty much pin the throttle, go left, and stay out of trouble as long as you can. Stay out of trouble longer than everyone else in the field. I believe it's 1.5 times tire wear. As I mentioned, it's already using a stock tune. At least on Forza, there's not a whole lot of strategy involved with it. The draft is unbelievable in this game. You can save quite a bit of fuel. So, as per like in iRacing or in the real life event, which qualifying is kicking off tonight. Excited to get a look at that. Yeah, there's side drafting. Oh, looks like we're changing the event setup. We're getting ready to rock and roll. Let me go ahead and re-ready up. You gain an advantage by not being out in front. However, anyone that races ovals knows that last 10 laps, all bets are off, and it is a lottery. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And you pretty much just roll the dice and hope you roll higher than everyone else around you. So there's that. We'll see a lot of 2x2 action because the side draft is very powerful. Hopefully we'll see some 3-wide action. Be excited to see what happens. This is, I believe, a 20-car field. Minus me is 14. Okay, so 14-car field. Very Mustang heavy lobby. Some Camaros in here. Not a whole lot of Camrys, so we'll see what's going on. All right, let's get a look at our starting order, and there it is. A 30-minute. I could probably run around Daytona. Well, probably not right now with my back in its current condition. I could probably run 2.5 miles in less than 30 minutes. I could probably run a 5K now in less than 30 minutes. The line main will be at the back. But especially with such a super long race, that kind of gives him an advantage early on because he can just kind of hang back, see how everyone else is racing. Just pick his battles and move up slowly. If there's any, commotion in front, he's got plenty of time to react to any crashes that happen in front of him. Worst place to be in the field is quite literally the middle of the pack. Because if there's anything behind you, well, I mean, if the tail end of the field wrecks, you're pretty much good to go. If you're, if you're really up on the bumper of the guy in front of you, you don't have any time to react to what's going on, so it's kind of a bad place to sit. And of course, I mean, everyone wants to be in first, but it only really matters for that last little bit coming out of turn 4, where you see a lot of runs coming out of there. As we're still getting the grid sorted out, I need to go ahead and turn my fan on because it is hot in here. Oh, here we go. Should get a little pace lap going. Let me get my ugly face out of here, and we'll go ahead and focus on the action. As soon as we get loaded in, there we go. I'm going to go and take this time to, what are they doing? I think they're, oh, okay, they're turning around. Okay, gotcha. So they're going to turn around and form up, possibly around turn 3. They're going into the pits. Let's see what's going on here. They're all getting ready to rock and roll. Yeah, there they go. All right. I'm gonna go turn my fan on real quick while we get sorted out. And as we can see, it's also 151 laps. So it's not quite a Daytona 500. It's little truncated, but that's okay. I don't mind that one bit. Let's take a look at some of these liveries as they're rolling over. Let's go and get a car cam. We have Ghost Reaper and the number 13 pink Hoonigan. That is a very, very nicely done livery. N10 BY and the number 16 Raising Cane's Ford will be taking the second position. Dubs 1775 with the Team Joker number 5 Camaro Visible Rocket 98 in the gold chrome unnumbered Mustang. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Talking in the matte black, looks like a Toyota Camry number 19. Let's go and grab Taysbot real quick. Taysbot in the Busch Light 00. Sorry, Bass Pro Shops 00. Let's get, so they're jumping around here. Op SWAT 244 and the number 60 Viva Towels and Kroger themed Ford Mustang. We got dubs. Ason 240 HPS and the number 11 Busch Light Camry. We got dubs. We got N10. We got Visible Rocket. We got the Rogue 3827. And I'm not sure what that is. And it looks like the 808 Motorsports number 80. Oh, HoloLive. There it is. The HoloLive Mustang. Got PRG Black 30 and the number 9 Budweiser Camaro. Got the Rogue. Got Lear Art and the number 45 Monster Hard Beast Camry. Mythical Nub and the number 46. Oh wow, okay. The Anime Red Bull. What is this? That is grotesque. And then we have Xavier in the, I'm not sure what livery this is, the number 3. So let's get back on the leader. Get a replay cameras as the field comes around to take the green flag as we are getting underway for 151 laps of Daytona. We are underway as Taysbot will lead the field. See a little bit of juggling around. Let's go ahead and get some action in the middle of the field here. A little bit of bobbing and weaving as they, as the drivers get settled into their lines to go ahead and tuck in, get ready for a long haul. So there are no stints or stages in this. It's just 151 laps of full throttle action in these unrestricted NASCARs. As it looks like Ghost Reaper swinging out to the outside. That was not. It was N10 swinging out to the outside to try and get it rocking and rolling as they line up almost 6 deep, 2x2. So what I was talking about, these cars further back in the draft are going to be having a little bit of a fuel advantage as the Taken dives down to the inside. Not really appreciating what's going on as it looks like they might. Nobody's going to push it 3 wide just yet. So we're coming around on lap number 3. Still a pretty calm field, kind of bouncing around, getting situated, getting comfortable with the cars around them. It looks like N10's trying to look to that high line to try and get something going. It's a bit early on in the race to look at 3 wide. I'd be absolutely terrified going 3 wide in these cars. So it looks like Xavier's just kind of hanging out in the back of the field, buying his time. Same with Mythical Nub. Lear Art bringing up the rear of the back of the pack in 12th place. So getting a little squirrely through the tri-oval there. Dipping a little bit below the line, but that's alright. As long as they're not really passing below the double yellow, I think putting a tire on it is A-OK. It's kind of holding to the middle of the track. Looks like it's talking 1017. Kind of pushing the cars up a little higher up. But they are pretty much well solidified in their positions for right now. Not a whole lot of action. Maybe some passes as the low and the high line try and get tucked in and really start pushing everybody. So there's quite a bit of a gap on first to, I believe, fourth there. Tazebot kind of backing out of the draft to save a little bit of gas. It's pretty uneventful first 6 laps here at Daytona with the Slide Job Motorsports Daytona 500. See some shuffling around as we see Ace jump all the way down to the bottom, almost abandoning a Talkin, I believe. Or is that Ops? No, that's a Talkin up there on the high line, almost abandoning him. Trying to get as we looks like N10 is going to try and force it 3 wide. So we have our first 3 wide action. Doesn't look like anyone's going to join him. He's got some help up there, but it looks like it slowly dissolves back into 2 wide pack racing that we've seen so far. As we see the Mythical Nub and Xavier kind of buying their time, almost falling out of the draft a little bit. Just trying to stay out of trouble. Kind of see how things go along. So we got Aaron NC3535 in the YouTube chat. Let's go Cooter. I'm not sure who Cooter is. But I'm sure they're doing just fine. It looks like the high line's starting to fall apart just a little bit. Not a whole lot of cars. Not a whole lot of cars up on the high side. As everyone's trying to tuck in on that low line. Obviously, the more cars you get in line. Oh, it looks like Ace is trying to squeeze 3 wide there. I really hate this camera angle. It doesn't really give me a whole lot of information as they're getting squirrely in the back of the pack. See if we can identify who's trying to get it 3 wide. I know N10's trying to do it. Everyone's trying to peek up, trying to get some help up there, but just not a whole lot of action going on as everyone's nice and patient. It's like Atakin jumps out of the draft, and we'll try. Oh, it's a wrecking. Who is that? Who is that wrecking? That is Dub1775 as he rolls over into turn 4, does a laser flip into the catch fence. Oh my goodness, as we have our first caution of the race. Oh man, glad I can see what's going on in the YouTube as a replay, as I can give you a little bit of a recap of what happened. Man, it looks like we had some Forza glue action. Because unfortunately that does happen. Almost got through 10 laps of what seemed to be relaxed racing, but unfortunately Dub1775 caught a stray from somebody, and that sent him flying and rolling into the catch fence. So we'll go ahead and get all of that repaired, and he will hopefully join everyone on the lead lap. I'm not sure how much damage he had, but no, on iRacing that would be well, also in real life that would be a race-ending crash, as it looks like he is now moving on pit road. So he will remain on the lead lap, which is good to know. Let's see who's gonna duck into the pits. And again, this super long camera shot. Looks like we have Visible Rocket, N10, Ghost Reaper, Rogue, PRG, basically everybody but Atakin. and Ace on 240 are going to remain out on a little bit of worn tires. They'll be a little lighter overall. We'll see how this plays out for them. Honestly, early lap caution, I'd jump into the pits as well. I mean, if everyone else is going, you know, you're just gonna be that much worse off on your tires and won't have as much gas. So we'll be keeping an eye on these two to make a green flag pit stop if they manage to. That terrified me. I'm not sure what the alert was. It looks like Sphinx 8630 with the follow. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and mute those alerts because I almost jumped out of my skin when I heard that. Let me go and get an intermission cam while we're on a little bit of a caution. Looks like they're doubling up now. Might be going green pretty soon. Yeah, that was a wild wreck for Dubs. We'll have to get with him after the race if he's available to figure out what happened. And oh man, that focus was not fantastic. So let's go ahead and get my ugly face out of here again. As Otakan and Ace decided to be the only cars to remain out on the caution. As Ace is trying to get some little bit of heat in his tires. We can actually check their tire wear real quick as they get ready to take the green flag. 12%, almost burned 25% of the fuel tank. So yeah, they'll be a bit lighter overall in comparison to the rest of the field, which might give them a little bit more mile an hour. As we are back to green flag, as Otakan will get a decent jump. Looks like Ace was trying to time that so he can slot directly in behind Otakan and take those slightly lighter cars up to race speed a little bit faster than the rest of the field. As have a little bit of separation as N10 and Ace are locked in on that high line. You can draft a lot more comfortably here on Forza as compared to NASCAR, as we have a little bit of separation, as I mentioned here. Who is this? That is the Rogue, kind of the meat in this this NASCAR sandwich, if you will. I think everyone's deciding to lay back just a little bit, seeing how hectic it got up there in the front. So now it looks like the Rogue will move up as we see the grotesque Red Bull anime girl paint job come flying through. So they're kind of spaced out. Looks like N10 might be pushing it 3 wide. So let's jump on board with him. And oh my goodness, visible rocket. Oh no, we have some contact in the back. Looks like everyone is, oh no, that's the Rogue going around. He is up in the catch fence. Don't believe anyone's slowing down. I don't believe it's a caution. It will not be a caution. So we'll go ahead and jump on board with... So our top 4 running 2x2, run away from the rest of the pack, who had to, unfortunately, dodge a little bit of a wreck there. Let's jump. Oh no, are they going to go 4 wide into turn 1? No, they're going 3 wide though. Here we go. Now we're talking. Oh, is playing a little bit of ping pong between the car in the middle there and the wall. One of the drawbacks, of course, of going 3 wide in this game, you can run 3 wide all day. I keep comparing this to iRacing. I primarily run ovals in iRacing. Oh no, we had a disconnection. I think Line Main just pulled out of the race. It's an unfortunate turn of events for them. Let's see. Let's grab a little bit of an onboard cam here. Let's jump on board with Xavier. Change my camera, come on. See, he's going a little high there. Just getting a little loose. Oh my goodness, it looks like he's trying to force it pretty wide, trying to get the pass on the outside. So we're gonna look to the back of the field. What these cars need to do in front is they, at least my recommendation, they're running 2x2 up there. It's gonna be difficult to pass them. Uh-oh, his number 60 runs into some issues and almost backs out completely. But these four cars need to kind of line up and hug that inside line to really get some momentum. It's very difficult to catch a. Now as we see the leaders up there, almost a 3-car pack. So it looks like they're trying to line up now. Commentators curse, or commentators alley-oop as we'll call it. We'll go ahead and get everything set back up for a replay camera look. As we'll go ahead and pull the gap to the leader. It's almost 2 seconds back from the leader now as he continues to pull off. It looks like someone is 2 laps down the Rogue, who is unfortunately caught a little bit of the wall there in turn, I believe it was turn 3, as unfortunately 2 laps down. He'll be praying for 2 more cautions, as I hope they have a lucky dog. Let's check back up on our leaders, as they are in a nice tight 2x2 formation, just running off from everyone else in the field, as the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, all still fighting for position. We're on lap 19 now. It's not the time to be fighting for position here. They need to line up. You get a 5-car train going, you can run down the field, or you can run down the leaders pretty quickly. But the difficult part is getting everyone on the same page as that, as we see. Looks like Taysbot. If we can get the names over the cars, it'd be great. Taysbot, Op, and Rogue have all decided to team up. Mythical Nub almost trying to join in. As they're still losing quite a bit of time to the leader, as my intervals are jumping all over the place. Side by side is quicker than running single file with 2 cars. If the viewers want to go ahead and give me some backup on that one, it'd be greatly appreciated. But I think that's what they need to do. At the same time, the leaders are going to lose a lot of momentum, because the Taken and Ace were the only 2 cars out of that top 4 to stay out on that caution, opting to not take fuel and tire, where I don't necessarily think tire wear is going to be an issue. Excuse me. But that the gas tank is the biggest. Gas tank is going to be the biggest decider right now with this long green flag run that we got going on, as we see almost at the forbidden number, 66 plus 1, as everyone on the field is running about 66% 66% fuel, as Matakin and Ace are going to be around 36 to 35% fuel, so they're gonna have to make a green flag pit stop. Oh no, as we have some action behind, so I need to catch who that is. As unfortunately the Rogue, who's backwards on the backstretch, I don't think he caught anyone else. Not a good run for him, as he seems to have gotten a little sideways there. We'll have to limp the car back to pit road for some repairs. So we'll catch up on Dubs here, who was starting at the back of the field and has now made his way up to 8th after the for the wild ride he took in turn 4 at lap 10. Might have some help from PRG Black behind him, as they need to catch this pack of cars 5th through 7th now, who are just now lining up to try and get some speed on the leaders here, which I imagine we're going to see some shuffling here in the next couple laps. Definitely watching when Otaken and Ace will be pitting for fuel and tire. That'll definitely break the momentum that the leaders have and give the pace advantage to this group of cars in 5th to really start bringing down the gap. But as they continue to fight, I'm not too sure. Dubs and his drafting partner PRG Black kind of in no man's land right now, but again, anything can happen, as all drivers are hoping for a caution, but I think they're too spread out. Learart's kind of running off in his own world. Xavier and Visible Rocket as well. Looks like he caught some dirt there. It almost reminds me, the way that the cars are split up right now, kind of reminds me of the Car of Tomorrow era, where basically the cars would just split up into packs of 2 and just kind of draft with each other. Got away from the massive fields of cars drafting each other. It's kind of what it reminds me of now. It looks like Tay's bot is jumping out to the high line. Let's check his fuel in comparison to the rest of his drafting buddies here. So we see 51.9 for Ops. Tays, I believe. They're running about the same. Doesn't look like anyone's pulling off the gas a little bit for the draft. So we're not going to see much of a difference in fuel consumption between the cars. One of the unfortunate things on Forza Motorsport. Let's see. Rogue still 2 laps down after getting an unfortunate spin on the backstretch and some damage. Got that taken care of, so he's back up and running with the leaders hot on his tail. Sorry, where is he at on track? Okay, he's coming through the tri-oval now. Let's check on our leaders, specifically Atakin and Ace, who's running really low on fuels. I'm getting a little bit of frame issues here on so I just lost the game audio. That's not good. It's gonna be a very quiet run. Hopefully I can get this fixed. Let me try and work on this as we have a bit of a lull in the action. It's gonna be a very quiet it's a very quiet stream, as it looks like Ace is the first of the two to jump into the pits. He'll be getting a full set of fuel and tires, and he'll be jumping out somewhere near, hopefully, Rogue, if he can tag up with him. I believe Atakan's going to be coming in a couple laps. Going to be pretty reluctant to do so because he is currently in the lead. So it looks like he's not quite giving it up yet. As I mentioned before, looks like we have somebody slowed down. N10 kind of jumping back in the field to kind of grab a... Let's see if he's got anything going on with his car. No damage. Only 15% throttle, which is not a good look for N10. Might be running into some technical difficulties, which would explain the sheer drop-off that we've seen, as now the pace advantage will jump to this battle for third here, as I believe this is Otakin in the pits. Nope, that is still Ace, who hasn't moved. So we're now on lap 31 of 151. See if I can grab this game audio back. I don't believe I can. Alright, so one of those Forza things, unfortunately. It's definitely picking up the menu sounds, but it's not getting the engine sounds. So we can live with that. Let's check back through the field. Otakan is still out. He's got to be running on absolute fumes. Oh no, it's just my... My game has done something crazy. I'm not going to be able to tell you what he's doing on, or how he's doing on fuel. Not exactly sure what is going on with my overlays. Is it showing the same information for everybody? Doesn't look like it is. Some of these are kind of broken. Okay, as Otakan now goes into the pits, as we see him going there. So Ghost Reapers unfortunately hung out to dry, as he has the freight train of Taze, Op SWAT, and Mythical Nub behind him, as Ace Nub is still, or Ace on 240 is still in the pits. Our current leader right now is Ghost Reaper, followed closely, well, close in general terms anyway, by this pack of cars just barreling down on him. So it'll be interesting to see where he decides to slot in with the cars coming around him. Still not going single file, trying to take advantage of the faster side-by-side draft in game. As we'll take a look at some of the fastest laps we have here. These guys are running 44s. He's running a 45.5. Definitely be a couple laps, maybe 2 or 3 more laps before they're caught up. I'm definitely running into some buffering issues on the YouTube side. I do apologize about that. Well, we have a bit of a lull in the action. Hopefully nobody crashes while I'm doing this. Let me go ahead and change some of my settings here. I don't think there's much of anything I can do to help the YouTube crowd out at all. make sure it is actually. Yeah, so there's quite a delay on the YouTube side because it just keeps buffering. All right, as we see now, the second place pack of Ops, Taze, and Mythical are almost in draft range of Ghost Reaper. Let's go and get a rear onboard look at what this looks like. As the field is definitely... Oh, it looks like Ace is out of the pits now, almost 7 laps down. He's kind of parked up, hanging out as somebody... Oh, we did have a DNF. Yes, Ace on 240s has left, which is unfortunate. So he has retired from the race, so now we are down to 12. Let's get this game camera and take a look at... Oh, you know what? I can't even change the game camera. I have no control over the game camera. Okay. So my end is somehow bugged out as we back out just in time to watch SWAT slingshot around Ghost Reaper. Is now taking the lead on lap 37. So it looks like Ghost Reaper's gonna slot in, and now they're all running single file to try and run away from. N10's kind of running off on his own. PRG's running off on his own. Dubs, unfortunately, has been left to dry, but will soon be picked up by Visible Rocket and Xavier here to try and chase down these leaders. Let's go ahead and get a fuel check. Oh, that's right. It doesn't work. So I have no idea how much fuel is in the cars. No idea when they're going to pit. So everything that I had planned for you guys has kind of gone out the window. Let's keep an eye on this this 4-car pack for the lead. Tay's kind of jumping to the inside. Maybe looking to the outside if he has any help. He does. Mythical is willing to work with him on the outside, trying to tell him, hey, you know, you get a run on this corner, we can push this 2x2 again. And it's just unfortunate the game sound has decided to not work. Tay's trying to get a little bit of a run out of turns 4 and 2 so he can try and get up alongside Ghost Reaper and get some of that side draft to kind of... Oh, excuse me. Man. To kind of get some of the action going, as it looks like we do have Ace on 240 in here in general. Let me make sure that he is wanting to do an interview, if that is cool with you. I do have the desktop audio muted. Alrighty. Okay, it looks like Mythical Nub is jumping into the pits. I'm gonna go ahead and deafen myself in the Discord channel real quick. So we have Mythical Nub jumping into the pits as we're getting our first round of green flag pit stops. Mythical Nub, Xavier, Visible Rocket, Dubs all decide to jump into the pits at the same time. More or less. It is definitely advantageous to pit in groups. You don't want to be the odd man out and basically be left out to dry, as we're going to see a 3-car pack for 8th get ready to rejoin the racing surface. They'll definitely have the pace advantage over some of these other cars, as it does show they are a lap down right now. Xavier seems to be the lucky dog candidate as of right now. But yeah, as this pack for 8th gets back up to pace speed, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on their lap times to see if they can't bring this back to the close race we had for the first 10 laps. As our leaders, Opt, Ghost, and Taze all decide to go in. Now it is up to Taze, or sorry, not Taze. N10. N10 will go in. I'm not sure if PRG is going to hop into the pits. PRG will. As this will definitely slow them down a little bit as Visible, Xavier, and Dubs go ahead and get their lap back. So it looks like Lear will also be getting their lap back as well. Let's see, our leaders are coming out. Taze goes up a little early as everyone so everyone's getting back up to race speed as we go ahead and oh no, is N10 getting a little sideways backwards into the wall of turn 2, and it looks like he has decided he is done as well. Unfortunate for him, as we're now down to 11 racers. Ooh, looks like this the Mythical Nub and a Taken pair fighting for 4th will definitely have a bit of a run on the leaders here. I think they're still losing a little bit of time. No, as it looks like we are going to a caution. As everyone breathes a sigh of relief. I'm not sure who that was. That is the Rogue getting a lap back. Wonder if Dubs will be afforded the same opportunity, and it doesn't look like he will. No. Looks like the Dub 1775 will be getting his lap back. Looks like everyone's going to be getting at least one lap off of their counters. It's now with 11 drivers on the field. Just had a super long green flag run. I'm not sure what I would do in this situation. I just took fuel and tires. I mean, well, I'm saying if I did pit a couple laps before, as I think everyone is deciding to go in at the same time. Xavier deciding he's gonna stay out. Oh, just kidding. Will Dubs go in? So PRG and the Rogue have gone in. I think the whole field is deciding, you know what, it's time to go ahead and get a full reset on this on the field, as it looks like Dubs will stay out. I'm not sure where he will pick up the field. So I think he's stopping just before. Not entirely sure what exactly is going on here. Take a quick voice break as we're getting relined up. So I think the field's getting resorted. Wow, somebody just went flying by. I think that is PRG going ahead and taking another lap to go ahead and get back onto the lead lap. Just waiting on the Rogue, who I believe is doing the same thing. He will not be, as I believe PRG was the lucky dog there. Somebody's going backwards. Xavier's going backwards around Daytona. I don't know what exactly is going on. I'm at a loss for words as to what Xavier's planning on doing. And he goes into the pits. Okay. That was an interesting way to go into the pits. I would have preferred to follow the rest of the track as he was already at the halfway point. And just continue with the pack and then decide to go and jump in as there's another round of pit stops going on. As that will actually put Xavier a lap down because of that. As we're about at the 1/3 mark. Still have almost 100 laps to go as we see Xavier getting his lap. Getting his lap back. It's taking a little bit of a voice break. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to find a better way to get the YouTube bitrate, because it definitely looks like it's dropping frames. Go ahead and apologize to the YouTube crowd as they are on lap 43 right now. So I'll definitely add this to my to-do list for multi-streaming. The multi-streaming, lost my train of thought. As we're getting ready to come to the green flag here, as Ghost Reaper, Taze will take your first row, and away we are. Alrighty, this Ghost Reaper is in the lead, followed by Taze. We have Opt and Visible Rocket in a running single file through turns 1 and 2 as Visible tries to get something going on the outside. Is there 3 wide behind him? That is Otakin looking to the inside, forcing Visible Rocket all the way up. Definitely trying to give him a little bit of help on the high line. Is there 3 wide for the lead now? For Visible Rocket, definitely getting a lot of help there from Otakin. So we'll jump on board with him. Is there also 3 wide behind them? Is now it looks like they're oh, they pulled out a 3 wide there. Probably a bit dicey. Everyone probably tired of holding their breath. So everyone goes ahead and settles down into some 2x2 action with, who is this blocking? Is Tazebot blocking both lanes there through turn 4? I'm sorry, Ghost Reaper. Kind of riding in the middle of both of those lanes, trying to get a double push. As he continues to work that outside, Visible Rocket with the slingshot on the outside. That high line's definitely working for Visible, and I believe that is Mythical Nub behind him. It's a little bit of a shake on the entry to turn 3, nothing too wild. So I'm trying to multitask here. So we're just keeping an eye on this battle for the lead between Ghost Reaper and Visible Rocket, who seemed to find his groove on the outside line. As they're now 3 wide, Mythical Nub, Visible Rocket, and Ghost Reaper for the lead. Insane run through the middle there for Mythical Nub as he jumps back to the high line, kind of cutting off Visible Rocket there as the field continues to shuffle. Yeah, a little bit of trading places as we now cross the 33% point. Sorry, I was getting a little distracted here. Oh my goodness, somebody has a wild run on the outside. Is that his PRG Black with an impressive move all the way to the outside as they remain 3 wide for the lead. Almost remain 3 wide for the lead as PRG gets hung out to dry all the way up by the wall. As Otaken, now we have a race, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, a little bit of desync. Don't think that was an actual wreck. As Visible Rocket now firmly planted on the inside after working for the last 4 laps to get around Ghost Reaper and Ops. PRG Black now falling to the end of the line. Otaken has some help on the outside. Won't really help a mid-corner, but where that outside line really shines is on this corner exit. And down the straightaways, we see the freight train of the outside line start reeling in the inside. There are definitely more cars on the inside, so I'd imagine there's going to be a little bit more speed carried through the corners. But the outside definitely has the advantage. We definitely have the 3 Musketeers of Otaken, who is now in the lead. I believe that is Learart behind him. And Dub 1775, as it looks like now PRG Black is going to join that outside run. As we have just about everybody in the lobby in this this pack of cars. As Xavier decides to take the safe route and kind of stay out of the mess of everything that's going on in front of him. Although that will cost him a lot of time. As everyone's getting a little shaky. Through the corners, but definitely getting settled. Seeing where everyone wants to feel more comfortable, going to hide the UI. As PRG still looking to the line right by the wall. Don't think he's going to get any help to maintain the position that he might pick up. as he's kind of going to the inside, trying to run the middle, just getting draft wherever he can. So we have Visible Rocket, Otaken, and Mythical Nub making up your top three. As the inside line's just locked in, essentially driving through the windshield of the car in front of them, with the gas pinned down. I wish my my V8 roar would come back. I feel like I'm speaking into the void. Although, I mean, let's be honest, I kind of am. I know it's not the greatest experience for the viewers both on YouTube, who are currently, unfortunately, on lap 46. Gonna have to figure out how to get this multi-stream rocking and rolling, as we are on, obviously, lap 57. As Otaken looks to defend the lead on the outside. Will he get hung out to dry as PRG did? It looks like he will. Everyone decide if they want to go and push it 3 wide is now Visible Rocket now jumping to the middle lane. Will retain the lead for now. Still trying to get that super outside line work, and he does have a team of cars behind him. But I think in this position, he just needs to get as close to that inside line as he can to maximize the amount of side draft he's going to get, as he's almost pulling a car's length on Mythical Nub, as now the inside line takes the advantage through turns 3 and 4. Only to then lose the advantage as they come through the tri-oval. As Visible Nub definitely trying to give everyone the hint that we should definitely run closer to the wall, but that might cost him. It will not. So I believe that is Otaken behind him. Definitely staying right behind Visible Rocket, as he seems to have something figured out. As now Visible Rocket will jump to the inside. Now we'll take a look at the drafting pair of Otaken and Dubs, who will try to continue the success we've seen on the outside line thus far. Looks like they're holding pretty steady. So there are now 3 cars up there. As PRG Black, so we saw him lose a lot of positions after pushing it 3 wide with an incredible run to the lead. But then, as we're getting swirly out of turn 2. Looks like we're 3 wide for 7th. It looks like Ghost Reaper jumping out of that. Still swirly. Might push it 4 wide as Otaken is now in the lead. With Dubs, unfortunately, stuck on the outside. Definitely looking to follow Otaken all the way down to the bottom. Oh no, as we have some cars. Who is this? Looks like Mythical Nub got some damage and is now sliding through the tri-oval. Lear might have been involved. I don't think either of them have damage. Not that I would be able to check, because my overlays are broken and I can't hear the engines, and I can't necessarily trust my telemetry information. But Otaken, Visible Rocket is back on the high line. As he is going to continue the success of that high line, leading the charge, and that absolute freight train of cars behind him. So it looks like he had a heck of a push. I'm not sure if we're going to a caution. We're definitely slowing down by the looks of it. I think they decided it was a caution-worthy event that has happened. as looks like they're pulling off into the apron on the back stretch to go ahead and let the Rogue, who is our lucky dog, who will finally be back on the lead lap. Congrats to the Rogue 3827. Dr. Ice Twilight, how's it going, man? Sorry, I just saw you there. Yeah, I'm trying this multi-stream thing out, and it has been an absolute disaster. So we have some NASCAR action for you. Good to see you. Unfortunately, there's no game audio because that has broken 40 laps ago. My telemetry is also cooked, so we're flying by the seat of our pants. As I apologize for the dog in the background. Okay, the dog is gone. Hopefully. But I don't want to put it like that. Definitely don't want to put it that way. Yeah, we did have a fantastic wreck there, Twilight. If I'll definitely throw a clip, or I'll definitely catch a clip of it. But we did have Dubs 1775 decide that he was going to play some Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 into the outside wall of turn 3 and do a laser flip after what seemed to have been Forza glue. It looks like everyone is waiting up to see. Yep, everyone's waited up. And we're going to keep on rolling. Oh my goodness, who's going backwards again? This Mythical Nub's just kind of hanging out. Oh. Alrighty, he's, Mythical Nub is alive. We saw a very intense battle for the lead as, it's just everyone's getting some lead laps in, a lot of lead changes. I'm gonna have to go back and, see how many lead changes we had overall, as it looks like now the entire field will decide to hop into pit lane after a very extended green flag run, as we are almost at the halfway point, maybe 15 laps shy of the halfway point. So I'll go ahead and take a quick voice break as we get everything formed up, everyone with new tires, full fuel, and yeah, we get this action back on the road. All right, I think that's a good enough voice break, is getting everybody formed up. Coming back to take the green flag as Visible Rocket will maintain the lead. PRG Black will be in second. Talking in third, Dubs in fourth. Ghost Reaper down into fifth. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Where did I leave off? Ghost Reaper in fifth, OpSWAT in sixth, seventh, sixth. Leerard in seventh. Xavier in ninth, Mythical Nub in 10th, and the Rogue, who is finally back on the lead lap. Cheers all around for him as we get back underway for the Slide Job Motorsports Daytona 500. Visible Rocket with a fantastic jump, almost breaking the draft of Otakin, as now he is going to be reeled in. Man, this is going to be an insane run of the cars behind. Let's go ahead and hide this as we're getting back up to full speed out of turn 2, back onto the backstretch, and it looks like Ghost Reaper will not be giving him a push, but instead will be driving smooth around him. Dub's trying to follow him, but unfortunately cannot, as Visible Rocket is there on the inside line, but instead will get past Ghost Reaper after cutting. Oh, that was close. Almost cutting the nose off of his car, getting down to the inside line. So now we'll take a look at Otakin to lead the charge yet again on the outside line. Seeing a lot of good things come from the cars that decide to run that outside. So it looks like Xavier's dropping back again, trying to buy his time. I think he's playing the long game here. He's maintained on a lead lap, but he's definitely stayed out of all of the funk that would happen in front of him. I think even if he decided to, at least on the next restart, knock on wood, I think a better position for him to be in at this point would be maybe a couple tenths off the back of PRG Black, just so he's not completely out of the draft and he can kind of pedal the car to save some gas, as compared to all 10 of these guys who I guarantee you are running absolutely flat out. So we see Dubs with the push from Otakin, trying to fight off that run from the outside. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. There's somebody taking an eye to that top line. Who is that going to be? That is going to be Taysbot. He's got some help behind him, as now we're 3 wide down the backstretch. Wonder if PRG is going to jump up there. Thinking about it. Definitely 2 cars in the middle, as this might get dicey, as now Tays making an insane run to the lead with a ballsy move all the way to the top. I think they'll slot down, as we might have a little bit of commotion coming out of turn 4 as Mythical Nub diving to the inside line. Looks like everyone got out of that unscathed. So it looks like the Rogue is now going to try and do that after following Taysbot, trying to plead him to do the same thing as he did last lap, trying to get something going. Doesn't quite have the momentum to get anything too crazy going for him right now. So we'll tune back in with the Otakin and the Highline Freight Train. Getting a little squirrely on the inside. As I mentioned at the start of the stream, this is a stock tune run. So, those that know about the Daytona tunes with the max front ride height and slam the rear and just all kinds of crazy stuff you can do to really squeeze as much mile an hour out of these cars as possible. Definitely a lot of the honor system for running the stock tunes, and I applaud all of these racers. Is, oh my goodness, Ghost Reaper almost turned into a ghost by Visible Rocket. Is now being hung out to dry on the high line. Wouldn't be surprised to see if the Rogue is going to jump in with them, as Ghost Reaper definitely has a lot of help, as the field is really spread out coming into turn 1, as we got some action now. Dubs leading the race with Otakin stuck in the middle. Ghost Reaper had a little bit of help there. Not as much help as he had before, as he's going to have a pretty good run down the backstretch, as he has a little bit of the side draft from Otakin. Definitely staying really fighting for survival out there on the outside. Otakin running cool, calm, and collected there on the inside, not really bothered about the extra car between him and the barrier there. Yeah, that side draft is really what's keeping Ghost Reaper in the run on that outside. I wouldn't be surprised to see either PRG Black had an insane run if he's going to tag up with him on the outside, or if the Rogue's going to try and make a run there. As we see PRG Black jumping up to that outside line to help Ghost Reaper as much as possible. As the Rogue looks like he's going to be joining the pack as well, like clockwork. They're now 3 wide, 2x2. As Dubs with an insane run on the inside, as that will be short-lived, as these cars who are carrying a lot more speed through the corners will catch up with them, as we finally have some super heated and exciting action for the lead. Oh no, somebody's getting a little squirrely on the inside. I'm not sure who that is. It doesn't seem to be affecting to get tongue-tied PRG Black and the Rogue. Now Otakin's deciding he wants some of that action on the outside, doing a little bit of what seemed to be last lap blocking action, as we're now coming to the halfway point, as the fields, I'd imagine they're all within a few tenths of each other. As we see there, 15 feet difference. Let's jump on Otakin, who's running the inside. Kind of hung out to drive there. Not a terrible position for him to be in, of course, as he can just grab some of this side draft from OpSWAT and Dub 1775. Everyone's getting comfortable where they are, so I think we're going to be seeing a bunch of 3 wide action here for a couple laps. It's Visible Rocket almost getting into the barrier there. As you can see, the difference in corner speed as they come through the turns here. Obviously, the inside's where you want to be. You lose a few car lengths going up to that middle lane. A couple more car lengths coming all the way up to that outside line, but everything just seems to even out, as all of these cars are getting the side draft from each other. There's a large pack of cars all in line with everybody. Man, if they keep running like this, we're going to see a photo finish, and I'm going to have to do some stop motion clips to figure out who exactly won this. Yeah, this is exciting. After I don't want to call it boring, but a not as exciting first 70 laps, as now they decide, you know what, we're 3x3x3 coming through here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everyone's hungry for that lead. Let me go ahead and grab a screenshot of this. You see just the difference in pace of being in the draft versus outside of the draft, as Xavier's missing all of this fun action that's going on in front of him. Let me go and see if I can't grab a little bit of a screenshot. If you see some frames drop, I am sorry about that, as we'll definitely be grabbing something here between turn 1 and 2. Wow. I'll definitely be backing up the stream to grab a clip of all of the action that we just saw, as they're 3 wide behind the leaders of Dubs and Taze. Still a lot of blocking, cars shuffling in and out of lanes, trying to find where they're comfortable, as the Rogue almost goes into the wall, trying to revitalize that run to the outside, as Otakin dropping to 7th, as we see. The Rogue is definitely eager to get back in line with PRG Black and Otakin to it looks like Otakin's trying to get it. He knows he has the help from Rogue, but it doesn't look like the help is too... It's not close enough to really make much of a difference, as the Rogue now looks like he's forcing himself to the inside line. Says, I've had enough of this. It is super sketchy running that high line. As, who is this? Third Ops will now join the fray on the outside, followed by Otakin and PRG Black. As the... Oh my goodness, this Ghost Reaper gets turned at the line. Oh, that is unfortunate. I believe we will be coming to a caution because of that. Looks like we're still running race speed. Still bump drafting. Almost a disaster for Ghost Reaper. Definitely falling out of the draft. Seem to have been paying attention or a quick glance to the radar, which isn't exactly 100% accurate in the game. Jaden, how's it going? Streaming is going fantastic. Apologize for missing you earlier. We got some Daytona 500 action and some NASCAR going. Had some 3x3x3 action for, man, 5 or 6 laps there. Oh, his dumps get sideways and turned. Oh no, there's a wreck and the big one happens. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. So we're at lap 79. I'm at a loss as to what happened there. I believe we are going to a caution because of it, with Visible Rocket as your leader. With Op Swap behind him, the Rogue with a beautiful run that we somehow missed from, I believe he was sitting around 8th or 9th. He is now sitting 3rd. Ghost Reaper in 4th after catching the wall right at the tri-oval. I think there's going to be a bit of reordering going on. I'm not sure who has stopped there. PRG Black definitely stopped. Probably for a bio break, as we see the field all deciding it is definitely time to go for another set of tires as we're crossing over the halfway point. Let me double check on this live stream here for YouTube. So I'm not hearing any volume anywhere. Let me make sure. Yeah, my volume's working. Doesn't look like the audio. Oh, the audio is definitely working for the YouTube live. They are almost 20 laps behind us because of the buffering issues and some frame drops. As PRG Black will now go into the pits after missing the mad dash as the sun is setting in the beautiful Daytona Beach, Florida, in game anyway. As this race will run into the night. Let me catch up on some of the action going on in the chat. Doesn't look like a whole lot of doesn't look like much of anything is really going on. Okay, so I did get confirmation they red flag on the backstretch to do well, due to half the lobby having to use the restroom. So that was 19 minutes ago. Yeah, as we're getting formed up to go ahead and take the green flag again, as the beautiful beautiful sunset we're going to watch as the race continues. As it looks like the Dubs 1775, I'm sorry, Visible Rocket will go ahead and kick things off on lap number 80 as PRG Black making a mad dash to the line, almost timing it correctly to go ahead and get an insane jump on the rest of the field, as it looks like they will take it next lap. Nope, they're going now. As they definitely waited for PRG Black, as now they're 4 wide behind them, right on the restart. Let's get it on board with PRG Black. Oh no, there's some action. Somebody is, I think that's Ghost Reaper, who had his quarter panel caught. And I believe that will bring out a caution again, as some drivers are a bit overzealous there on the restart. Definitely caught the quarter panel of Ghost Reaper, and he collected Otakin in an unfortunate turn of events there on the restart, as it looks like we are slowing back down to go ahead and gather up the field, as I think everyone's pitting again, which I honestly, in Forza, I don't blame them. There's not a limit on tires, there's not a limit on fuel, thankfully. So, you know, definitely pit for fuel and tires any chance you get, because there are quite a few laps remaining in the race. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on everything. See if I can't join or have our YouTube brethren hop over into the Twitch, so I can go ahead and free up some bandwidth on that, because there's no audio. They can hear me talk, so there'll be a couple, actually 20 something laps behind. They'll just have to face a large buffering it's a large difference in what I would imagine I'm pushing through on Twitch and obviously on YouTube as well. So I have to find a different way to go ahead and multi-stream, because through Streamlabs doesn't seem to be the way to go forward. And I do apologize for those that are watching on YouTube. Hopefully nothing crazy is going on the Twitch side. I do thank everybody for tuning in. For those that have just tuned in, this is the Slide Jobs Motorsports NASCAR Series, a 12-week run with stock tune NASCAR, and they're definitely using the honor system, and it looks like every one of these racers is in fact using the stock tune, which I am grateful for, as we are now back underway, lap now 83, with Visible Rocket with an unbelievable jump again. The Rogue close behind him. We'll definitely see a move to the outside here from the Rogue because of that speed difference, and I believe Dubs will follow him. Looks like Visible Rocket's definitely blocking. It's going to bunch the field up just a little bit as now Dubs moves to the outside, followed by the Rogue. Oh, I'm sorry, that's followed by OpSWAT. I believe that is Lear Art behind him. If we can go and get everyone back around and give me the names. Yep, that is Lear Art behind Dubs on the outside. Field's definitely split directly in half. Knowing how fast this outside line is, I honestly don't blame him. Dubs getting a little squirrely on the exit of 2 there. It looks like they almost went 3 wide. They might get some 3-wide action going, but I don't want to hold my breath just yet. I know in the last 10 laps they will be getting nuts. We saw around lap 65, the top 10 was literally all 3-wide as they were, as much as they were able to, obviously. As we see Atakin and Pure G Black trying to get that high line rocking and rolling. Atakin with an unbelievable draft. Oh no, as we have a wreck behind. That is OpSWAT and Taze got into it. No. Mythical Nub and OpSWAT getting a little sideways there on the exit of 2. That will bring a caution out. And it looks like that'll bring Dubs, at the time anyway, as your new leader, as we had a disconnection. So we have another OpSWAT deciding he has had enough. So now we have 10. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I do understand tempers do flare quite a bit. It looks like they're still running. Yeah, they're still at race speed. Not exactly sure why the field hasn't slowed down yet. Maybe they're racing to the line. I'm not 100% positive, but we'll definitely see if they decide to let off the gas here to reform the field. It doesn't look like it. It's now Mythical Nub will be a lap down. So as it stands, Mythical Nub is the lucky dog candidate. Oh, as we see the field getting bunched up with traffic fresh out of the pits. It's gonna get a little dicey as they're forced to make a pass on the outside. Ice cold tires as they're getting a little squirrely through the tri-oval. They managed to keep it clean. I'm not sure why caution wasn't called after 3 cars were involved there. The sun continues to set. The track is starting to cool down a little bit. As where is Xavier? Xavier's in the mix. He's still 5 seconds behind the rest of the field. As Visible Rocket, your leader, with the Rogue close in tow behind. And here comes the outside lane led by Dubs 1775, Learart, and Otakin. As I'm starting to put gamer tags to liveries. So I believe Dubs will try to hold the outside line as much as possible. Seems to give him a lot of luck. Oh no, as the number 45 looked to have given him a bump and gotten squirrely, and is now looking at the outside as sorry, I'm just infatuated by how close these cars are racing. Trying to see if they're going 3 wide. Doesn't necessarily look like they're going to. I think they're just going to buckle in for the remaining. Sorry, I don't know why I can't speak or why my brain is not working right now. The remaining 61 laps. Definitely still an hour of racing to complete. as we are down to 10 with 7 cars now on the lead lap. All right, his Dubs is definitely going to have a pretty clear run. Seeing the same thing as the whole field getting a little dicey through the tri-oval. Not sure if he's going to make the move down onto Visible Rocket. No, he will not. As Taysbot trying to get something going on the outside. Riding the wall. Looks like he will be blocked by Dubs, who will then decide to come back down to the middle lane and just kind of let it happen. Taysbot actually is a lap down according to the ticker here, as somebody went wheeling down to the inside. I believe that was Ghost Reaper. Hang on, so Taysbot, Ghost Reaper are in the pack with the lead, with the 7 cars on the lead lap. Just trying to make sense of what's going on. Oh my goodness. Saw a move. A really pushy move by, I can't remember who that is. Taysbot pushing his way to the middle, forcing these cars out of the way. And unfortunately, Learart's going to catch a little bit of that action as Tays is trying to get in front of the pack to go ahead and stay on the lead lap. Do think my recommendation would be to kind of back off a little bit and sit maybe a tenth or two behind this pack to kind of let them fight it out, as it doesn't look like Tays is in contention at the moment. As they are now 3x3 for the lead. So we have Dubs in the middle. Tays. Okay, well, Tays on the outside. Visible Rocket and Dubs, 2x2. Is there 3 wide behind the leaders? This is definitely a lot of fun to watch. So we're now nearing 50 laps to go. Almost, I'd say about 4. Well, exactly. I wouldn't say. I know it's going to be 50 laps to go in 4 laps. As they continue, little door bang, and this is going to be a big one as the whole field's collected after Dubs getting a little sideways. Oh my goodness, what a wreck. Dubs getting loose in the middle. Definitely collected almost the entire field on that wreck. And that'll surely bring out a caution as Ghost Reaper, Tays, and Mythical Nub breathe a sigh of relief as they will get their lap back. As it looks like the Rogue and Visible Rocket are still going despite the chaos that has happened. As Ghost Reaper will jump into the pits. We'll definitely see Dub 1775 hop into the pits as well, as we are now at, so caution is out. Okay, all right, as the leaders are going to go ahead and stop and do a red flag procedure to wait for the rest of the field to catch up and get all the damage repaired on the backstretch. A little bit of brake checking from the Rogue, as these cars don't have brake lights. or headlights, so I'd imagine this is pretty nerve-wracking. Whoa! As Xavier almost gets into the back of the, almost said the safety car, the pace car queue on the backstretch. Definitely had a little bit of a lockup moment there. As we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and I'll join you guys in a second as everyone gets fuel and tires, gets graded back up. I think we will be green next time by, with 53 laps to go as the green flag flies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back as it looks like the field is continuing to form up on the backstretch. We will be green next time by. I believe the fuel tanks in these cars last about 30 laps, so we're at least guaranteed to have another super long green flag run. A green flag pit stop, and then a 20 lap shootout for the finale. But we will definitely wait and see, and see how everything's going as we're waiting on Taysbot to bring up the tail end of the field as we start to double up through 3 and 4. Definitely winding down a little bit as the sun is now set in virtual Daytona Beach, Florida, and I believe actual Daytona Beach. Yes, it is dark out where I am, but I'm on the opposite end of Florida as PRG Black will lead the pack through the green flag with 52 to go, if my math is correct. Yes, 52 laps to go. As your top three are currently PRG Black, the Rogue, who has had an impressive run the second half of the race, and Visible Rocket, who has had a dominant performance thus far. Dubs now caught in 2 wrecks, still running in 4th. Will definitely... Oh no, as he turns the Rogue! Oh, that's another wreck! Oh my goodness, that was an unfortunate bump for the Rogue and Dubs, unfortunately turning him in the exit of turn 4. Oh my goodness. So we are now back under caution now with 50 laps to go, imagine everyone is going to pit for fuel. For those that are tuning in and checking on the race, my telemetry is still broken, game audio is still broken. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been listening to the sweet sounds of not a bunch of V8 motors screaming around Daytona for the last hour and a half. I think I've been at it so far. But I've enjoyed the racing so far. Yes, an hour and 49 minutes we've been live, and I've had no audio for about, I would say, an hour of it. Dubs is kicking butt tonight. Yes, he is. We'll definitely be trying to catch up with Dubs after the race. See what's been happening. Talk about his little laser flip accident. His little Tony Hawk rendition at turn 4 early on in the race. Getting pinballed around on the middle, and it looks like then turning the Rogue, unfortunately. Where did the Rogue end up? So the Rogue is now coming out of pit lane. All right, we're going to take another quick break as the field goes ahead and sorts itself out. Are you going to stream that chat with Dubs after the race? Yes, I will. So after the race, we'll go ahead and pull him into the Discord channel, ask a few questions, probably pull some of the other drivers up, definitely talk with, I don't know, we'll see who's available, and we'll get some interviews going. Alrighty. So field is now rounding up turn 3. Somebody stopped. Uh-oh. Hopefully we don't have another car that's going to drop. We'll see if my telemetry is working. The telemetry doesn't seem to be working at all, as a matter of fact. We'll see if it updates. I think we're going to have a delayed green flag start here. So we wait for Learart to go ahead and fix whatever happened to his car. We'll see if it updates. One more lap round. All right. I got too many buddies in this to pick who to root for. Oh man. Yeah, it's been some close racing. It's been fun. It's definitely picked up in the second half of the race. So yes, we will have a delayed green, as I'm not sure what exactly happened to Learart. Okay, there we go. So it looks like Dubs will now lead the charge, as they're still doubled up. C goes ahead and joins the queue. As we can definitely see the toll that this race has taken on all of these cars, all of these beautiful liveries, just scratched, banged, scraped, hammered in, as it looks like Visible Rockets giving Dubs a little bump draft. Really waiting on Dubs to get that jump on PRG so he can go ahead and get as good of a start as he can to go ahead and maintain or at least take second place from PRG Black before that that outside line goes ahead and gets their momentum going. And away we go. Yeah, there we go. It's PRG Black with the jump on Dubs. Oh my goodness. So Dubs will move to second. Visible Rocket, looking to the inside, has now abandoned Dubs as his drafting partner. Has instead chosen PRG Black as his buddy. Is now Dubs going up to the outside and will now jump. Can't. He's kind of locked to the inside line now, as he was trying to block both lanes right in the middle, but won't necessarily be able to hold them both off, as we're under 50 laps to go, and it looks like we're 3 wide behind the leader. Oh, they almost pushed it 4 wide. But they're definitely calming down a little bit, saving their energy for this this last little bit, as we see a little bit of shuffling. Oh, it's getting a little dicey in the middle of the pack. We're going to go on board with Otakin, who is firmly planted to the rear bumper of Ghost Reapers. They're 3 wide into turn 3. With a surprise move for Otakin to not let up. Looked like the outside line had a pretty solid run there. As now Otakin will be in the lead, trying to block Tazebot on the outside. Tazebot might have some help, as they're now 3 wide for the lead coming through turn 1. It's Tazebot, Otakin, and Ghost Reaper. All the drivers having help with the exception of Tazebot, who now has PRG Black behind him. Ooh, here we go. So Otakin's left out to dry in the middle line. So we're 45 laps to go now. That inside line, oh, we saw a little bit of contact there. Was there a wreck? Yes, there is a wreck. Oh my goodness. They're wrecking. The Rogue sideways. Oh, he's flipping in the infield. Does a little kick flip. And it looks like somebody, PRG Black, was caught in the pit lane alien tractor beam that just yoinked him from sliding backwards through the pit wall. My goodness, what a show by the Rogue. It looks like they're going to continue at least up until turn 4. That was definitely a good clip to have, as we'll go ahead and drop that one off afterwards. They're still fighting for the lead, 2x2 this time instead of 3 wide, because there's been a lot of cautions out so far. So far, nice, clean racing, but I mean, when you're going 207 miles an hour, we see, I believe that was Mythical Nub, trying to do a no-hezzy dive to the inside, and it will pay off on him, as he will give Dub 1775 a fantastic push, picking up a couple of positions as they are 3x3 coming to the line. It's Mythical Nub can't decide if he wants to go to the middle or join the fun on the middle line, leaving Ghost Reaper with no help. So I believe that is Tazebot behind him, followed closely behind by Otakin. All drivers deciding to keep it all drivers except for Otaken perfectly content with going too wide. But Otaken out for blood really wanting to come back out to the lead with a fantastic run on the outside as they go 3x3 into turn 1. Taysbot kind of up by the wall as we unfortunately see the Rogue leave the race after his Tony Hawk rendition in the infield, which absolutely sucks to see him leave. He was having a fantastic race up until this point, and anything can happen as now we are down to 9 with 8 drivers on the lead lap. And the top 6 fighting tooth and nail for every inch of the track space as, oh my goodness, are they going to push it 4 wide? They will not. Not yet, as they're 3x3, as I think everyone has picked their drafting partner, and this is how they will race for the majority. Uh-oh. Taysbot trying to get a bit of a move on the inside done. Can't decide what line he wants to race in. It's almost giving me a heart attack as he jumped to the inside. So getting a little squirrely out of turn 3 as the lead pack starts to thin out just a little bit. So everyone's jumping out of the gas to avoid a collision. As we have Visible Rocket on the lead on the outside, followed by Dubs close behind on the inside. Continuing to follow this battle of this top 6, not wanting to give up, is Taysbot now taking the place of Otaken wanting to get this high line going, as he doesn't have a whole lot of help up there, but it doesn't seem to affect him as Ghost Reaper is kind of riding around seeing what lines are going to work for him. As we're now 40 laps to go, this might be a long green flag run as they're trading drafting partners like they're line dancing. It's very fitting. A 200. I'm pretty sure that's a glitch on the screen, as I don't think Taysbot has once hit 391 miles an hour, but he may as well have, since he is now in contention for the lead with Ghost Reaper close behind him. Definitely keeping an eye on that middle line as we come into the tri-oval. Definitely trying to maximize the corner speed. The corner entry speed to try and get a slingshot going to the outside to give Taze some kind of help. As we see Ghost Reaper diving down to that middle lane again. Visible Rocket and Dubs locked in on the inside as Otaken will lead this. Followed closely behind by, I believe that is Mystical Nub behind him, and it is. Again, Ghost Reaper all over the back of this field trying to maximize something, give somebody a bump, give them an advantage to really break out from this 3x3 pack that's going on. Oh, is there 4 wide in the tri-oval? Narrowly avoiding a wreck. My goodness, this is fantastic racing. I could watch all 6 of these guys drive all day long. It now looks like Mystical Nub's taking a bit of a page out of Ghost Reaper's book and trying to do some multi-lane driving, as now he will lock in behind Visible Rocket. As everyone's trading places everywhere. So we're now 36 laps to go this time by. As now Taysbot is in the lead after working the outside line. Dubs seem to have dropped to the back of the pack after some of the shuffling that is going on. Definitely a lot of action and a lot of shifting and trying different lines and maximizing as much speed as these drivers can through through the turns. As they continue this 3-wide action for what I believe to be actually what I believe will be the longest green flag run of the race. So we're now 35 laps to go, almost one complete stint of fuel remaining, minus of course the fuel in the tanks. So there's at least one pit stop under green flag conditions to be made. But looks like they're settling back into some 2x2 action. Mystical Nub definitely throwing a block on Ghost Reaper, trying to force it back to a 3x3 race, as I think they definitely need a breather after the intense focus that's required to keep these cars running 3x3 for that long, especially on a stock tune. These cars don't drive the greatest by any stretch of the imagination in stock form, let alone when you optimize it for a track such as Daytona. As looks like Dubs has made up 3 positions, almost 2 positions now, right in the inside behind Visible Rocket with a Talkin. And who is this? Mythical Nub on his tail. Is now it looks like they will split back into groups of 3 for another 3x3 split. Wow. All of these drivers definitely trust each other and have run quite a bit of races together. It looks like Dubs dips a little bit below the double yellow line. Nothing crazy there. As it looks like who is this? Taysbot doing the multi-lane thing that seemed to have worked for Ghost Reaper, who is back up into 3rd. And they just seem to be shuffling all over the place, really fighting for position. As these guys are absolutely flying around the track, all of them running around a 44.9. Let's jump on board. Let's get a little onboard camera with Taysbot, who seems to have dropped back just a little bit from the action. I don't think he's out of the draft just yet. He's got to put the hammer down if he has if he wants any chance of remaining in the draft. I think that is it. I believe he has dropped out of the draft completely. So now is a 5-way battle for the lead. After Taysbot bows out, is we'll now go on board with, oh yeah, I forgot my cameras don't work. That's fantastic. So go ahead and jump back on the replay cameras. So now is a 5-way battle. So now I'm curious to see how that changes their strategies, as running 3 wide 2 deep isn't necessarily going to work out for them anymore, because they don't have that extra car to necessarily fill in the gap. So it looks like they've kind of defaulted to a little bit of 2 wide action, with Mythical definitely trying to carry as much speed through the entry of the corner and the exit through the middle, at least through turns 1 and 2. He might do the opposite here, where he decides to take that inside line, and now he's stuck to the inside as he basically hooks up with the rear bumper of Dub. And I might have to eat my words here. They might be going 3 wide again. Somebody's going to get left out to dry here, and I believe it is going to be Ghost Reaper, as he will drop to the back of the pack. Which is unfortunately what I was scared of. I'm not entirely sure what has happened with Tazebot. Let's check where he is on track. Maybe it's a desync, I'm not sure. But we're now, looks like almost 25 to go. These cars still have to make a pit stop. It'll be interesting to see the gamble that one of these drivers makes to stay out to maximize their track position, but they all might just go into the pits at the same time. Because if you're the odd man out and you decide to either pit or stay out, it kind of ruins your contention for the lead, as we've seen all 5 of these drivers just continuously just pass the lead in between each other. It's now Visible Rocket and Dubs with a fantastic run on the inside, but that run will be erased, of course, by Otaken and Ghost Reaper on the outside, with Mythical Nub close and tail, giving him a little extra speed. I don't know why I have hiccups right now. It's ruining my flow that I have going right now, as I'm finally in the groove after 124 laps of carnage. Looks like Dubs is deciding if he wants to remain with Visible Rocket or work with Otaken. Otaken might have a little bit of side draft. He's going to have an unbelievable run here, especially if he gets a bump draft from, I believe this is Mythical Nub behind him, and he will. Just because the side draft is so strong in this game, in these cars, it's like the atmosphere disappears from the front of your car, and there's 2 very, very powerful magnets attached to the front of your car and the rear of the other car, and you're basically just along for the ride as they're almost 3 wide coming into turn 3. Little bit of contact as Otaken goes a little bit